Hi, everyone. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce as we continue to deal with the coronavirus and the different realities that it's posing to us. Certainly a lot of challenges for everyone, and we're trying to address those as best we can at the Chamber. Andrea Kramer is joining us with City Apparel. Of course, she knows a lot about marketing, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Because whether you're open in a limited capacity, or closed right now, you still got to be talking to your customers.
Hi.
Well, thank you for joining us. And that's the subject. And I think a lot of people I've seen some creative ways that people are definitely communicating with customers right now. And I've seen some businesses kind of go radio silent. And that's the thing that we're probably going to urge against right now.
Right, right. So it's a difficult time. I guess the key to all of this is that we're all in this together. I can't think of one person, one organization that is not affected by what's going on in our community, in the state, and in the nation. Some of the things that we're kind of directing in our office, we do have our team members working remotely at this time. We have a few in our production department, but they're severely separated, and making sure that they're sanitizing their hands if they're doing any crossover with any product. But what we're kind of doing right now and directing our associates to do as far as communication with our customers is to not go radio silent. That lack of communication creates and instills the biggest fear with both your employees and your customers. So what we're doing is we're actually just picking up the phones and having those one-on-one calls with our clients, starting off with checking in to see how they're doing, how they're being affected, and is there anything that we can do as a vendor to help support them in any way. The other thing that we're mentioning to them are any account solutions that we can provide. So we're not looking to try to pitch our product to them, but are there any things or services that we can provide to that organization at the immediate time to help support them. So as an example, lots of events have been canceled, products are in order. So we're providing a solution right now where we're taking merchandise in, repackaging it, repurposing it, and can distribute it through mail right now. And we can mail it directly to our customers, employees, or their customers, their businesses, or their homes. So that's an example of a solution that you could be providing your customers and what support you can provide them. The other thing that we're mentioning is one product that we're offering right now that are work from home remote bundles. So they're things related to your cell phone, your laptop, and really just a genuine conversation of how you're doing. Other things you can do while you're on the phone is just general account maintenance, making sure that you have the right contacts for your customers, the right titles for people, what departments, phone numbers, things like that. Keep ourselves busy but yet productive, and making sure that we're extending those lines of communication. So that's what we're doing right now as far as the phone calls.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Is you really have to look at your messaging right now. Certainly, going out selling widgets, selling whatever it is that you sell right now is not. It's not the time, but But you got to stay in front of potential customers. You have to stay in front of your current clients. So turning around that messaging thing. The other thing is that external messaging that you're doing, whether it be social media, advertising, what have you. Probably want to look at what you're doing in that regard. What are some tips that you would give to area businesses when it comes to that?
Absolutely. Well, I would start with making sure that you have a website that's up to date. Doesn't need to be a really intricate, fancy website, just has general information. If you have the ability to add an online e-commerce portion, that could be critical to your business as well. That's another solution that we're actually providing our existing customers. We're offering a free online company store where their employees could be ordering online logoed merchandise or uniforms, whatever it is. And again, those orders could be delivered to the employees' homes as well. So just making sure your website's up to date with valid information. If you have the ability to add an e-commerce portion to your business, that would be beneficial. Obviously, people aren't going to want to walk into doors or go into businesses to pick up merchandise. Social media, again, don't forget, obviously, everyone's using Facebook and LinkedIn, but don't forget about your Google business page, making sure that information is up to date as well with your hours if you're open, and making sure that all of these different platforms have the solutions that you're offering as well. So going back to that same phone call concept, making sure that you're really easily communicating what solutions your organization could be providing their customers. And then we've got the email piece. So we've done one email blast since all of this started. It was earlier this week, and Doug, I think I shared it with you.
Yeah.
Again, you don't want to regurgitate information that's already out there and prevalent about hand washing and such, but maybe provide again your customers and your end users information that is relevant to them, different resources that are available, um, and again the solutions that you're providing. So make it clean and concise. Normally our email campaigns are really colorful, lots of pictures. We just kind of got straight to the point to our customers, how we can be a resource to them, additional resources that we know that are available out to the business community, and just a positive message. So positive message, that's the one other last piece I'd like to add. I mean, clearly you want to have a positive message and image when you're communicating with your customers and to the general public, but don't negate the fact that this is a very serious issue. So that's the one thing I think a lot of people are having a difficult time balancing is, reaching out to people, communicating, having a positive message, but also not negating the fact that, hey, this is a serious deal and we are all in this together.
Oh, that's a very good point. Now, obviously, you're quite connected with the local business community here in Findlay. I think we've seen some very creative ways to stay in touch with customers, and I think we've actually seen some businesses, especially in the restaurant arena, maybe even drive more sales by the way that they've been able to respond to this. First of all, it's great to see that we have that type of adaptive community in Findlay in the business sector. But have you seen anything that stand out that you think other people could use as a template?
I mean, I think that what the restaurants have done, I saw it starting Sunday night, is just using social media. Again, communicating in a positive manner, making it easier for your customer, going back to the restaurants specifically, making sure that you have an easy direct line for people to call, specific instruction on how to place an order, specific instruction on that transaction of how it's going to be passed off. I think our community has done an excellent job. I am working on a statewide initiative called the Economic Strike Force.
Mhm.
And this is basically to gather information from our communities statewide to see what can the government do, what can the state do immediately to help support our local businesses and their surrounding communities. And communication has been a big thing, and I'm incredibly proud of our community, Findlay, Ohio, for the way we've all kind of banded together and communicated to support each other and how to continue doing business as best as possible. So,
All right. Well, we appreciate your tips and advice for our area businesses, and together, I think we're going to get through this. It's going to be tough, but I think there's a lot of very strong business-minded people around who are taking this type of advice to heart, and certainly will come out okay on the other side. So, thank you again for joining us today.
thank you, Doug.
And of course, we'll be providing you with video updates throughout the coronavirus issue on different ways that you can keep your business up and running and adapt to the situation. We'll have plenty more coming next week as well. I'm Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce.